Man, I came here to win rings, not babysit anyone.
One sentence may have exposed everything that's been quietly tearing the Lakers apart. On January 13th, while fans focused on the loss to the Sacramento Kings, insiders say the real chaos exploded behind the scenes. As players walked toward the tunnel, a heated confrontation reportedly broke out between Rich Paul and Austin Reeves' agent, accusing Paul of pushing a plan to trade Reeves just to protect Bronny James' spot in the rotation. The tension didn't stop there. Sources claim LeBron James and head coach J.J. Redick also clashed privately, while veteran players quietly began pointing fingers at Bronny as the root of the team's struggles. And according to multiple reports, including coverage from ESPN, the scene in the tunnel was unlike anything fans have seen in years. Barry, the high-profile agent representing Reeves, was allegedly waiting specifically for Paul, furious over what he believed was interference that could impact Reeves' looming max-level contract. But that confrontation may have only been the surface. Sources say an internal message sent to the team group chat by Bronny earlier in the season sparked deeper resentment, setting off a chain reaction that reached its boiling point that night. To understand how it escalated, insiders point back to November 15th, when the Lakers faced the Milwaukee Bucks. The box scores showed a win, highlighted by Luka's explosive 41-point performance. But behind the numbers, rotation decisions raised eyebrows. Bronny started that game, logged just 10 minutes, and finished scoreless, a move that reportedly frustrated veterans who felt performance was no longer the deciding factor. What looked like a routine regular season loss in January may have actually been a moment long simmering tensions finally boiled over inside one of the league's most scrutinized franchises.
Man, I came here to win rings, not babysit anyone.
At this level, a scoreless stretch isn't just a rough outing. It becomes a weight the entire roster has to carry. Luka is 26 and deep in his prime. Every possession matters when you're chasing MVP conversations. The expectation is simple. The players around you must keep pace. But that night, when Bronny shared the floor, the team's net rating reportedly dropped to minus 4.2, a shocking figure for a game they actually won. It suggested the Lakers weren't thriving because of him. They were surviving around him. Sources say that was the breaking point for head coach J.J. Redick. During the matchup against the Milwaukee Bucks, frustration spilled onto the sidelines. Redick was seen urging Bronny James to be aggressive before eventually pulling him from the rotation. Around the league, whispers grew louder. The belief was that LeBron James had influence in shaping a quiet understanding, that Bronny would log real minutes next to Luka as part of a long-term development plan. The idea was to groom him on the fly, building the future while competing in the present. But development and contention rarely move at the same speed. As Milwaukee began targeting Bronny on both ends, the coaching staff faced a tough reality: protect the project or protect the win. After that game, Luka appeared to draw his own line. In a candid interview, he made it clear his priority is championships. If growth is the goal for certain players, he suggested, there are other leagues designed for that path. The message was unmistakable. He's here to chase banners, not babysit potential.
I can't believe this, man. They just traded me to the worst franchise in NBA history.
One comment was all it took to ignite total chaos inside the locker room. Even though LeBron James was sidelined with sciatica, reports say he confronted head coach J.J. Redick for stepping away from what many believed was a quiet agreement about Bronny James' role. That clash reportedly divided the team into two camps: those focused strictly on Luka's championship push and those aligned with clutch influence. Sensing momentum shifting, agent Rich Paul didn't target Bronny directly. Instead, on the same night the Lakers lost to the Sacramento Kings, he publicly labeled Austin Reeves as a trade asset and suggested the team pursue a defensive anchor like Jaren Jackson Jr. What looked like analysis felt more like strategy, a calculated move in a growing power struggle over the Lakers' future.
Charles Barkley went on Inside the NBA and absolutely flamed the situation.
They're going to move on, and I think that's the right thing to do. At some point, you got to turn the team over to Luka and Austin, and that's the only way you can start, because you can't be paying him $50 million a year to be the third best player on a team.
It was pure manipulation. Luka was being told that if he didn't back Bronny, his closest ally could be sent out of Los Angeles. A move designed to isolate him and force his hand. Rich Paul and LeBron were essentially saying, we control who stays and who goes, using friendships as leverage to push Luka into mentoring Bronny. The tension exploded later that night when Rich Paul clashed with Reggie Berry, who refused to let Austin Reeves become a pawn in this game. But Luka's frustration ran deeper. Months earlier, a leaked message from Bronny revealed that the Lakers' decisions weren't about basketball. They were a family project, eroding trust and straining relationships, even with Anthony Davis. The breaking point came on February 1st, 2025, when the Luka for Davis trade became official, and Davis learned of it not from the front office, but from a tweet Bronny shared in the team chat, leaving him cold and betrayed. Next Viochi. LeBron didn't just react with a shocked text. He panicked. Losing Anthony Davis wasn't just losing a friend. It was losing his defensive anchor and number two, while suddenly having to share the spotlight with a 25-year-old superstar, Luka, who outshines him in almost every way. After 20 years as the NBA's undisputed king, LeBron suddenly saw his long-term plan to naturally transition the Lakers' spotlight to Bronny obliterated. Luka, averaging a staggering 33.6 points per game, is putting up historic numbers night after night, yet the Lakers barely hold a .500 record. Why? Because the roster is weighed down by nepotism. When Luka and Bronny share the floor, the Lakers' net rating dips to -4.2, dragging the league's best defensive player into chaos to serve a father-son vanity project. Luka's background makes this unbearable. He turned pro at 13 in Madrid, competing against grown men while still a kid, earning every inch of his career. In his eyes, if you don't earn your spot, you don't belong, and even legends like Charles Barkley have called out the Lakers situation for what it is.
I wanted Luka to be the first signee of Team LeBron when he was going through his situation. And it didn't happen. He's still under the same umbrella of Nike's with Jordan, but I wanted him.
That moment hit LeBron hard. He has never been anyone's third option. Not in Miami, not in Cleveland. But now, with Luka firmly established as the undisputed alpha, LeBron is reportedly using Bronny's minutes to assert control, sending a clear message. I may not be the top dog on the court anymore, but I still run the rotation. This isn't just about playing time or ego. It's personal, simmering for years. Back in 2020, LeBron pitched Nike on Team LeBron, a sub-brand designed to rival Jordan's empire, and he had his eye on one player to lead it, Luka Dončić. But Luka said no. Refusing LeBron's plan directly wounded his pride and sent his ambitions off track. Footage from November 2025 even shows LeBron refusing to shake Luka's hand,